because that's so true. Like, this is like stuff that people actually like think about it, bro. Our thoughts, bro, we are not alone. Like, we may think that our thoughts are like weird or something or whatever, but they are actually half the time 70% true as fuck.
They're copied. They're pasted to another thought from another person is thinking the same thing. All of this is copy, paste, redo.
Same thing. Because listen,
just like the computer keyboard has.
Yeah.
Just like your phone has. A lot of your thoughts are the same setup like the computer
setup. It's your small habits. It's the small habits you develop and build.
And change around and structure. You just twist and turn things around.
Bro. It's the habits. Me putting my boots on a boot dryer has changed the way my whole night goes. Like, before I was doing that.
Right.
Like, now, that is a part of my day that has to be done.
Right.
It's like brushing my teeth.
Right. Put my boots on the boot dryer.
Yes.
Brush
you know what I'm saying? Like, little habits.
Wash my hands.
Throw, like, a little curveball in your day.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But then, if you change up a lot of those little tiny habits, you know what I mean? You'll start to see that your life is more busier. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you start to add small habits, because a lot of us want the big ones. We want the instant gratifications of, you know what I'm saying? Just having whatever, whenever, right?
Right.
Nobody wants to, like, start off small and work your way up.
Chip away at little habits.
But be consistent.
Be consistent.
It's about consistency,
structure,
bro.
routine.
Like, what does consistency mean to you?
Structure and routine.
What is structure and routine to you, Eric?
It's being consistent. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, like, why is that one thing so hard for us to do when, you know, everything looks good for a second, but once you actually, like, stick with something, say working out, your first 2 weeks, oh, man, I thought I had something going on, dude. I feel strong, but you don't look it. So you get discouraged and you quit, right?
Sure.
When you look back at it, by the time you're telling your story about how it didn't work out because you weren't seeing no results, that whole time that you went without going, you could have been 5 times bigger than you were. And you look back at all that time that caught right up like, oh my God, it's been a month.
Right.
Oh my God.
I haven't done nothing.
These months and years are flying by, dude.
Sure.
Like, flying by. And it's like, what are we doing with our time?
Right.
What are we doing with our time, dude?
Yeah. Managing your time.
Yeah, like
properly.
Why is
it's
that?
Hard. There's so many things you want to do that there's not enough time to do it. To be honest with you, I want to do this. My hobbies, my studying, let alone your everyday hygiene stuff, and just everything. Making your bed, brushing your teeth, going through your baseball cards, going to work, coming home. You know, feeding the dog, your pets, your brothers, your sisters, the people you live with, your girlfriend. It all takes time. Yes. You have to manage it properly because it's not a lot of it. So you need to try your best and you get ideas from other people. Oh, okay, maybe I like that, what he's doing with his time. Maybe I should try doing this with my time. You know,
copy and paste.
Use it.
Copy and paste.
Copy, paste.
Copy and paste.
Use your time. Wise. Elementary school report cards. Uses his time wisely. And then they're judging you on it. Judgmental. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's make a score about it. How does he use his time? Well, in my opinion, he uses his time wisely. You know? Well, in my opinion, he sometimes uses his time. You know? Always uses his time or partially uses his time. You know, and so that's what it's based on, time. Which, being an illusion, is a whole nother topic. What do you think about that, Eric?
Well, I think there's a variety of things that we'd love to get to working out, or we'd love to take care of take care of the basement, or that project we wanted to work on, or that studying we wanted to do, or there is never enough time in the day. And this is actually what I've been working on lately. There's we've talked a lot about, you know, recycling thoughts is what we call it. There's something akin to recycling thoughts that is done in a variety of different self-help type programs. Like the Silva method does, you make like a laboratory
Copy paste.
in your unconscious mind. I've worked with a mentor who you use your heart chamber. You go into your heart chamber. And this is a way to get into the deeper unconscious mind. And Joe Dispenza does what does he call it? Mind movies.
What?
These are different methods?
These are different methods, all doing the exact same thing. There's another one I studied with a guy when I studied NLP. It was called The Secret of Creating Your Future.
Drop his name. Drop it. Drop his name.
Tad James.
Wait, hey, what was the book called?
There he is.
The Secret of Creating Your Future.
By who?
Tad James.
Tad James.
Yeah.
Well, I have to look into that.
I'm gonna have to look into that too.
The essential idea is along the same lines of what we were talking about with recycling thoughts.
Yeah.
All right. So that you create, and it's something that we're going to work on. We're going to be working on as we go along in the Sunroom.
That's awesome.
Is creating our own way of approaching that exact same thing.
Gotcha. Different method.
With our own way of saying it.
Right.
But it's the same thing. You're getting down to a very human. A strategy for creating the life that you want. Essentially. And we talk about these recycling thoughts and what do you do with the garbage thoughts. So I started sort of working on a program of creating, because you're all, essentially you want to, with all these different programs, you want to know where you're at with things. So if you're stressed, for instance, if you're stressed out, for instance, you want to understand the nature of your stress. Is it because you're a control freak? Is it because you're depressed? You feel abandoned? You feel, why is it that you're stressed out? You're worried, you're scared,
number of things.
Number of things. So then there's a number of ways we can approach doing that. I like the recycling thoughts, and I started thinking of a recycling machine. I'm taking that energy of that thought and creating this laboratory.
Yeah, it's not going to waste. Dude. That time wasn't going to waste.
I'm saying?
All the wasted time, he's talking about the time. Bro. You're not wasting your time anymore. You're taking that
it's all tied up.
And you're tying it all together.
You're tying everything in, and you're
coming
and
out
you're
with
understanding.
And you're not.
But it's like, how do we gain?
So that now we have this energy, and Jeff had the brilliant idea of recycling thoughts.
Yes.
And so we take this energy of this thought energy, and this is how we feed this machine or this laboratory or this chamber that we're working in. This is how we feed it that energy.
Right.
Right. Different methods will have. You can have counselors or teachers or guides, like a feminine and a masculine counterpart.
Sure.
You can put chemicals, you can put a brilliant computer.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just like a laboratory. Or you call it, I like the heart chamber because I think of the heart as the basis for the human. It's the connection
it's like
between.
It's the main frame of the computer.
It is the connection. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the main connection.
Mm-hmm. So where do we go to get these? First of all, what do we do with all these thoughts? And then where do we go to get, when we have these questions in life, where do we go to get the answers? Well, the answers are really, they're built in. But you have to, because your power lies in your imagination and where you put your focus and where you focus your thoughts and where you focus your energy.
You said the power
is an anchor point that you go to access that information for yourself.
Yes, dude. But it's like, how do you get that power to be able to do that? Like, how to channel your thoughts and control them to where, like, they're not so repetitive, or they might not be thoughts. It might be just a thought that's like would be setting you back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
And it's like, how do you develop that power to like organize all those, you know what I'm saying? To be able to check it, throw it away, and then keep the good ones that pop up, recycle your thoughts.
Yeah, and able to harness.
Keep the
you want to be able to harness that power.
How do you like store feelings?
Yeah, you're harnessing the power.
Yes.
And you're channeling it, and you channel it the right way, and have it be as most efficient as possible is what you want as a result. The most efficient as possible, harnessing that power to make you feel good. to have hope, to have a healing, and to have not be depressed, to fix everything that's wrong, so it keeps going.
But do you
You're
think?
recycling them.
Yes.
You're harnessing the power,
Yes.
and you're putting it back out. And you have to be efficient with it, though. It's practice.
But do you think? No, listen. I know practice.
Learning from your mistakes.
We have
trial and error.
We have the answers.
Right.
Right. For that,
you have to find
what it is what if all it is to start would be a simple diet change?
Yeah,
what if that could change up a lot of things?
It can.
To allow
sure
you to think differently.
You have to try
so
it.
then you
Trial
come to
and
us
error.
once you feel like you are like cleansed and you are hydrated and you are doing your essentials first, because a lot of people don't even brush their teeth in the morning. You know that, Jeff? Eric? Did you know that 98% of people don't brush their teeth in the morning?
I don't have the statistics on it.
No, okay, listen. Why can't most people not? Have you heard this speech by this Navy SEAL? He was an admiral.
Yeah.
And he has this viral video where he says, if you start off the day by making your bed.
Yeah. I've heard.
Then that'll be the first goal of the day completed. And then if you have a bad day, at least you will come home to a bed that is made.
Right.
We need to start off by making one small goal, do another one, and then you have all of these different things that added together to create a big goal that is accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's fucking successful, bro, lives by the same principles. They have results, bro. Everybody. Can't you tell?
Yes.
Like, we all have the same mindset when it comes to being in control of you. My main thing is it's the small habits, bro. It's the small little habits
which starts
that
with
lead us to be able to handle a big task.
Which has to do with
you can't make the bed first without stripping it. It just can't be made. A lot of us just want the be made. Then they want to watch a video and be like, I'm better.
They want to say,
or they want to talk crap and they want to say, motivational things and this and that.
Gay.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. But then they want to do it deep down, but they don't have the confidence or the drive or the pride or the passion to be able to step
or
up
anything
and even speak their mind, because those are called outsiders.
Discipline.
Those are called window shoppers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Though that's what that's called.
Yeah, you see the mannequin
because at
in
the end
the
of
window.
the day,
Man,
you can
that's
change.
a nice outfit, but I'm never going to be able. I'm not going to.
Yes.
I'm not even going to go in the store.
I'll never be able to afford something like that ever. Or looking at it physically and then telling yourself never.
Or I wouldn't.
Wow, you just killed your whole dreams and go.
Or I don't even.
You're never going to get it then.
Or I wouldn't even go anywhere where I'd wear something like that.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. Because they talk themselves out of it because they don't want to get involved because they know they'll like it.
So take that. I wouldn't wear that anywhere anyways, and say, you know what? I think I'm going to make an appointment to go to a night out for dinner.
But
and I am going to get that outfit. And I am going to go wear that outfit to that nice restaurant. So I will wear that. So why don't I go in the store, quit being a window shopper?
You know what America is about, dude? America is all for success.
Yes.
America is a beautiful country.
Yes.
And we as individuals just all need to do better as one, because with everybody's help, we can get so much done, because all we are in this world, each one of us combined, is just a little speck. It's that one little tiny goal. Yeah. We're all here to do a goal.
There you go. You just hit it. A goal.
A goal.
Attainable goal.
That's something that would be consistent throughout all these things that I mentioned, these different ideas, is that you're not focused on the task. You're focused on the goal. Yeah. The goal, which the best way to describe it that I've found is SMART goal. It's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's realistic, and it's timed.
Yes.
Right.
I'll have this much at this time.
So if you're talking about money, that's an easy one. That's just, a lot of people have that one. right?
Yeah.
So it's
Achievable.
money. It has to be something that's achievable that you believe. If you're going to say, I want to have $10 million in 2 weeks. First of all, you're not even going to believe that, right? Right? So, like,
Right,
how
right.
am I going to do
Realistic?
that? It has to be realistic.
And then what's the last? The
Timed.
Time.
So it's specific,
Specific.
measurable, achievable, realistic time?
And timed, yeah.
Time.
Oh, timed. Of course, that's what we're talking about. We started off talking about the time. There's not enough time.
Right.
Or is there?
Why do we take time for granted then, Eric? Like, why do I see a lot of people, and I'm just getting out of this myself, which I've been practicing this for about 90 days now, is my time management. And why is it that we, as individuals, get caught up in the, oh, I'll see you tomorrow?
Because you don't take the time to realize that you're going to die. You're not going to be here forever. This will end. That's why.
See you tomorrow.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. This will end. And it's important that you come to terms with that.
Life on life's terms.
Have you?
Then I'm going to die? Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
Then you're
have.
more prone to take the time to recognize that this moment, and this moment will likely never happen again like that. Well, each moment is new. So these things that are going on right now, you're more likely to appreciate them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what it is?
That's big.
Is like, why
That's
is it
epic.
that is one thing that is never talked about? Like a lot of, like Eric Thomas brings it up all the time. You are not going to be here forever. You only get one chance. Why do we live on here?
Eminem.
We only get to live once.
You got one opportunity.
Oh my God. We only get to live one time, bro.
That's it. YOLO.
Right?
You only live
Then you're
once.
dead. So all these thoughts and everything just don't matter anyway. Because you're dead.
But you left a legacy
Fucking
behind. So they
walk
do
out.
matter. It changes. It does matter because it's helping.
But why do we allow ourselves to live in
Change the
purgatory
future.
in our mind if that... No, because that's the realest thing ever, bro. Is, like,
Is that
I think
what
it's
you
just the
wanna
way
do?
how he said it, and it was the... I guess maybe it's just the way how he said it, but he's like, dog, like, you gotta, like, live it up. You are meant to have ultimate confidence. You are meant to be the hardest worker in the room. You are meant for everything you think you are or even want to be. You are meant for that. That is like, have you ever seen the movie Shazam? It's like a movie where this kid, that God gave him powers, and he was like a 13-year-old kid. And it's like, he is practicing in the alleyway. Hey, how do I fly? He has the power of flight. Like,
Right.
he's the ultimate alpha superhero.
Yeah,
right?
he's like
Superman.
He's like a
But he
Boeing
don't-
747.
Yes. Yeah, he can fly everything, right?
Any-
but
at
he
any
don't
given
know
moment.
that he is that. He just knew that he was in that weird place, and that dude said that to him, and then that weird thing happened, and then he popped up home. So it's like, when you see it in the movie, and he's practicing his moves and practicing how to jump and how to fly, you watch it, and it don't happen immediately.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, we all have powers.
Timed.
We all have powers.
Realistic.
We do. It's like,
Measurable.
when are we gonna learn our powers?
Achievable.
You know what I mean? Because if you were watching another human do it, chances are 10 times out of 10,
Superheroes.
if you wanted it that bad as much as they do,
You could practice it. and
you
do
would
it.
do it. You
could-
would become it.
You could karate chop a cinder block in half.
You gotta study what you
You know?
want to be.
Right.
You got to.
You're going to do it when you feel so much pain that there's no choice but to do it. In all likelihood. Unless you're smarter than that. But that's how most people end
That's
up.
what yes.
You hit rock bottom.
That's
you
me.
become sated.
And
Like,
That's
I
me.
can't deal with this anymore.
Yes.
I'm not going to ask the questions why. Why do we do it like this? Why do we do it? They're not going to get you anywhere. It's the pain. It's recognizing where you're at with the pain and realizing that that's not getting you anywhere anymore. And each time you go back to that in your mind, all it gets you is more pain. There might be, the reason why we go back to it is usually secondary gain. We're getting something from it.
It's pleasure.
Creatures of habit.
Because it's tying together. Like with my situation and everything he's saying.
It's a pattern.
I know it just makes sense. Like I can relate to that right there.
It's a pattern.
The reason why you went back is because you're getting something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And if it's a woman, though you guys aren't on good terms and you hate her, you still know that
you want that feeling.
You want that feeling, instant gratification, when really it's just going to bring more pain, and you're never going to heal.
And you already know.
You're never going to heal, never. You're going to keep.
And then you're going to
keep cutting that wound open. It just got put stitches on it, and you got to keep taking a blade and cutting the stitches off until the wound just. Now it needs surgery because you need to put a piece of skin from your ass to your arm.
You're supposed to rest. Rest and get healed.
Right, rest, which means take time away. We should come up with rest.
Me not to rest.
Abbreviate rest. Because rest is the most important part of getting your mind right, is being able to have good quality sleep and
recycle,
you know what I'm saying? Heal.
Rest.
Rest is huge, yeah.
Rest is recycle.
Recycle your thoughts. Not recycle.
Yeah, recycle your thoughts.
Okay. E would be elaborate your feelings.
Elaborate your feelings.
S would be
stay focused.
Stay focused.
And
T would be time.
Is an illusion.
Time out.
Time is an illusion.
Time out.
Time out.
What if it really is? Because why is it that when you're having fun, time flies. When you're bored, time's slow. And when you're sad, time just drags.
Well,
why is that? Because what if the time is really nothing? It's just a way to organize us.
It is. It is a way to organize.
Yeah, what if time was never really a thing?
It's not.
And what if it's a way for the working class
when you're having fun, it's usually because you're experiencing something new. So you have constant new stimulus and input.
Yes.
Otherwise, if you don't have that stimulus and input, you're just kind of droning through. Yeah, doing the same thing over and over again.
It's a way to separate things. Time is a way to separate different things.
Do you think that if somebody is trying to get their life together, do you think that it is good to put sacrifice in there? Like skipping bars, and skipping restaurants, and skipping spending money, only buying your essentials, your gas.
Well, you can, but I don't know that that's a sustainable thing to even do because, give it a shot. See what happens. If you can do that, sure. Yeah. But I would say that as far as recycling thoughts, I mean, we've talked about these two things, and it's important that Jeff pointed out, that you're still going to have the thoughts, and and recycling thoughts. I really like that. So we're going to keep. I'm going to keep working on that.
So did you write it?
What? Rest.
Yeah.
What does rest stand
the first
for?
thing is figuring out who you are, because why do you keep going? What is?
Why do you keep beating yourself up?
Question yourself. Why do I keep going to the bar? Why do I keep spending money on this or that? Why do I keep doing things that are causing me pain? So ask yourself. Question yourself. Why? And
how do you answer that why?
This will be part of the recycling thoughts, and this laboratory or this cave or this heart chamber that we're building is because you'll have a computer down there, a supercomputer. You feed it with you feed the you throw your extra energy in there, and it goes in the recycling bin, and that's what feeds the machine that spits out the answers.
Yes.
It's like a computer that has every answer you could ever want. You can look it right up, and it tells you the answer.
Like Alexa, starting off here, ending up there, because it's been recycled. And it's growing and getting better and better and better and better and better till you can't stop it. It's an unstoppable thing. And it should be, I think it's just natural. To be
How
honest
do you ask yourself why? What if you've never dug down at all within yourself? And what if every day you wake up, you just wing it and you're on robot mode? It's just droning?
Yeah, you and a lot of people.
What if you've never asked yourself why? Why do I do this? Why do I go to the bar? Why am I talking to this person who's caused me pain? Why am I...
Then you likely don't know the answer.
But then it's how do you find the answer?
You ask yourself why.
Yeah.
Ask yourself what's going on here. What is this about?
Question yourself.
And like I said, we'll develop this thing where we'll go into a light state of trance. We'll walk down into this heart chamber or laboratory or office or whatever we might want to call it, the place where you do your work, your shop.
Your office.
Yeah, your shop where you have the resources, the tools that you need available
to develop.
Time is an illusion. It's not. There's no concept of time there. To dig in and access infinite knowledge and experiment and figure out what's really going on. And this will be how you can do that. And you'll stick with it or you won't, or you'll go back to pain until you recognize that the pain, you can't do the pain thing anymore. This is how you do this. This is the access to your imagination. This is all a process of active imagination. It is your imagination. However, it's not just your imagination. We put down our imagination so much, but it is the access to our power.
So how could we get over the fear of being judged?
Good question,
Or
Sean. That's a
how
very
can we get
good
over
question.
the fear of thinking being nervous? You know what I'm saying? Or
fear of
thinking
being
that
judged.
do I look good right now? Or you know what I'm saying, if you're in a big crowd or nervous to introduce yourself, or how do you get past that? How do you just open up? But you can open up to people you're close with, but how can you open up to just anybody that if you feel like you need to, instead of just weird and awkward?
There's a number of strategies to get yourself past that, but eventually it's doing the same. Eventually, you're doing the same two things that we've been talking about.
What?
Is that you're disengaging with the negative garbage thoughts, and you're recycling them.
You're leaving it behind.
You're disengaging them and getting centered in your own circle. You're putting off the vibration that you want to see in the world, and you're recycling the thoughts. You're recycling your thoughts into something that you that builds something positive for yourself in the world.
Absolutely. Good answer. Did that answer it? The fear of being judged?
It's work. It's all in your head. All the work is in your head. All that garbage that's in your head you can't hide it. It is what's creating. It's garbage. We're going to create.
Is it just more? Is it just more garbage though?
We need to.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just more garbage though? You're recycling garbage, then you say it's just going to have better garbage?
No.
Well, then you got better garbage. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
My recyclables are better than your recyclables. Okay.
No, see that right there. See what he did? Better. See, I'm better than you.
No.
That is why we are nervous to stand out, always thinking we don't look good enough when we're in nice places, scared to talk to a chick because we want to be one up. Oh, you only drive that? Well, I drive this.
I'm the one-upper.
But materials, like he said, is nothing. Time is nothing because we're going to die. This is nothing.
Okay, but in the meantime...
How do you think them shallow monks live, Jeff? Have you looked up a shallow monk? How they literally sit for 40 years like these?
And waste their time, or they use their time wisely.
The motherfuckers
it's all
can
an
float.
opinion, dude.
They can float.
Where are they floating to?
There is something to be said for
they
now.
Can walk on pins.
I'm not judging anybody, but
look, we're just three construction guys, just from modest backgrounds. Nothing specifically wonderful or special about us, except for not that there isn't, but we're.
Where's the sound machine? I'd like to get an applause.
But we're for all intents and purposes, we're just people.
Literally.
Right?
Yeah, down the earth.
And look at what we're talking about. Well, look at what we're talking about. We're talking about the same things that they work on. And now we're doing it while we don't have the luxury of sitting in a cave for 40 years. I think I might like that. Does it, be able to just work on myself constantly for all the time?
I'm going to put it on my bucket list.
But we have to deal with all the
learning how to
not to put down what these people do, but we're doing the same thing now. We're being called to do that same thing that they've been working on for a long time, but stand on the people like that, stand on their shoulders.
Yes.
And be able to do it in modern society.
Yes. Yes. But like...
So there's something to be said for that.
The one-upper.
We're the one-upper, yeah.
We're the one-uppers. Because I'm a modest monk and construction guy. Okay? All in one. You get the whole package with me. The one-upper. I rinse out my milk carton when I recycle it. You just throw your milk carton and say, oh, I recycle.
That is crazy.
And I rinse mine out. Mine's clean.
One-upper.
My recyclable garbage is better than your recyclable garbage. My recycled thoughts are coming out better than their recycled thoughts.
Do you think that people would only take advice from people where
they
see a result is being made?
That's a whole other subject to get into.
So that's all the time we have for today at the Sunroom. I think there's a lot more to explore here. We're going to dive deeper and work more into our recycling thoughts and our laboratory or our heart center or whatever we're going to choose to call it. And we're going to really get into give you something practical to do, simple, practical, and effective to help improve your life. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.